John's saying you didn't retreat into a whiter genre. In fact, you arguably went deeper into.
I got black
music. Yeah. Deeper into blackness.
Yeah.
So was that conscious?
Well,
was that
wasn't
a
necessarily
twist
him.
On the typical move that way?
Right, it was homeboy.
He led the whole conversation.
He
brought him in.
Yeah.
But also, why
bring that back.
I think white rappers are afforded more freedom to change their genre. True or false?
I'm gonna have to think about that.
I'd like to hear your answer to Joe's question, but also then talk about what I feel is like the radical twist of what you have chosen. Well, I'll piggyback off what John's saying. John's saying you didn't retreat into a whiter genre. In fact, you arguably went deeper into.
I got black
music.
Yeah.
Deeper into blackness. So is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
To answer it and say I got blacker, what the fuck does that mean?
To address that, I feel like I can understand that transition because it's probably the music that they grow up listening to.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? Now, of course, hip hop being, I guess, the most appealing genre at one point, hip hop was the biggest genre. We just recently dropped the numbers, but it's dominated for a long time. You growing up in a house, moms, pops, your pops are playing country, moms is playing pop, whatever. You know, you might have an affinity to that already, and I can understand the transition. It's not like Post Malone he wasn't that far from it. You know what I mean? To me.
But also, you don't think that now that they made some money and they can really let their nuts hang and do what they really want to do? Because some people put on the act.
Me personally, I think it's the labels. I think the labels push them in that direction.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I've sat across from over 300 artists, and I've heard these stories of, matter of fact, Chip Fu was here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not too long ago. And they wanted to push them into some pop shit.
Oh, word. Yeah.
They wanted them to be the Black Eyed Peas before the actual Black Eyed Peas. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the labels see like, okay, these are the numbers. You could probably cross over into this, and now you have two audiences.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? You can take this audience over here with you, kind of like Beyonce bringing the R&B audience into country.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's it's crazy or that. I don't think so. You know, M never did it, so
Right.
you know what I mean. But the blacker comment,
That's so. Popcast was where it was said.
I think that. Matter of fact, I want to hear y'all take on it before I give my take.
I want to know why. Why did they even ask a question that would force an answer?
Clickbait.
But I understand the clickbait, but even with it being clickbait, what kind of clickbait is that? Why? There's children. A majority of the YouTube following is children. Why? If there's a lot of mixed families as well. So what about
It's YouTube kids, bro.
it's just
you can't really say.
No, I'm just saying it's YouTube kids, but I'm just saying it's
Right.
mixed families as well. So what about that kid who understands black and white or understands the color barrier? Why put that message out there to them? Oh, Mom, what does it mean to become blacker? I want to be blacker.
Did he?
You know it. They know what the fuck it means, son.
Not
You see these
all
motherfuckers
kids.
with the cornrows.
Yeah, but
you know what it means.
Nah, but that's like growing up in the hood.
If I walk into a club and I'm like,
It has
oh,
to
black
be
dude
taught,
in there,
though. It
and I
gotta
see
be
a white
taught.
chick with cornrows, I know that's my shot. That is my shot. For sure. That's my shot. Or she got dreads, that's my shot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There's probably plenty of other shots, but I know those, they're receiving.
Right.
The message has already been
Right.
relayed.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? So,
All right.
It's just like growing up in the hood and you growing up with one of your white boy friends, but he's hood as hell and shit. You know what I'm saying? But he's white. But he's gangster as fuck and shit. You know, it's
right.
just,
We all got that one homie.
right.
Yeah, you know, everybody else, when you come around with them, they think you Puerto Rican. But he's not.
Right.
He don't be in the crib like, yo, nigga, and all that, though.
Yeah.
He
like-
hell yeah, he be there.
Hell
Yeah, he
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
It be like that.
And it ain't like
Yeah.
it's offensive or you feel it or you even paying attention to it when it's being said. It's just natural. That's how you grew up together with him.
It would be hard as hell for you to grow up in the neighborhood, listen to the music, have friends from the neighborhood, and not say it. Because it's not said, all right, there's two things about this N-word. When we say it, or at least in New York, it's not really a color attached to it.
Right.
It's not really a color attached to it. You saying this guy. You know what I mean?
It's like homeboy.
Yeah, like if a white police officer pulled me over, I'm like, yo, this fucking white nigga pulled me over. You know what I mean? It's not a color. We don't use it that way. In the South, they got a different issue.
It's bad.
They done heard that shit out of the mouths of the motherfuckers that put the ER on it.
I mean, not just in the South, upstate New York.
Upstate New
in the
York.
prisons, they use it
in
like
those
that.
areas where there's that racial tension. In the city, a lot of people don't understand why we allow Puerto Ricans to say it. Why we allow, just people in the neighborhood, like we don't look at it like that.
Nah, you definitely don't look at it like that.
How long ago was there an apology made after this?
What was he apologizing for? Because he's definitely giving it up, saying, yes, this is black music.
So then it makes sense. It's good then.
So if you're talking in context of the music,
Yeah.
the music got blacker, cool.
But did the music did get blacker or?
I don't. That's the other side to it. Because can you imitate that?
Exactly.
Can
But
we
I think it
imitate
goes back to, like
black
you said,
music?
I think it
Yeah,
goes back to the label. Like
Yeah.
you said, the label, it goes back to, like, let's say you're from the hood, like we just said, right? Your boy's from the hood, he's a white dude, he grew up in the hood with you. Now he goes and he gets a record deal. The label wants to steer him in a different way, right? Because he's a white boy. But then later on, he's still got that shit in him. You know what I'm saying? Like that hood shit, does that make it black? You know what I'm saying?
It
Like
was an ignorant thing to say.
it was that
And
absolute.
yeah,
that
it was
I
an
agree
ignorant
with.
thing to say. Very ignorant. Because now, when you really think about it, like, you got blacker.
Yeah.
How do you become?
He's saying it got blacker, I got deeper into the blackness of the music.
Even
the
that.
soul
Yeah,
of,
but what does that
How?
mean?
How
Like,
do you
that's-
do? How do you do that?
who, as a white person?
Yeah.
As
Like,
anyone.
what's this album?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about in reference to the album.
I don't know unless
What-
he's.
you gotta listen to the music.
But now you're summing up, like,
Nah, it's
when you're
wrong.
saying blacker, you're taking a culture and saying, I became this culture.
What pain does he
I'm
have?
more of this culture. You're not making it hip hop. You're not saying, oh, no, I went deeper into my hip hop.
Right.
bag.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
You said I got blacker.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe he just said it and it came out.
Yeah,
Or maybe
but
we
it's
just
still
put
not
too much
something-
on it.
You don't go up to the DJ and be like, yo, can you make it a little blacker? You know what I mean? I want that to be a term. That's like, nah, B. Like,
Yeah,
nothing
nah.
wrong.
Yeah.
It's hip hop. What you do is hip hop or rap. It's not blacker music.
and
You know what I mean?
I used to work
Kendrick
downtown,
Lamar would
right?
slap the shit out of you, nigga.
right, and then
Look, yo,
4 days ago,
Facts.
it's an artist that came out with a song called "White Nigga."
And the artist is white. What is he?
Yeah, artist named Forgiato Blow got a record called "White Nigga," and he's been, they've been tapping into it like, oh, whoa, what's going on? Why are you able to say that? And in the song, he says, I've been through so much, and not such and such, and you can't say the N word, and the song is called "White Nigga." That's the name of the record.
And where's he from?
And it's called white.
Yeah.
Is he using the word on the record?
And where's he
Yeah,
from?
that's
so I
what I was
got-
looking for when I said my bad. That's what I was looking for.
So I
I'm
got a
like,
question.
this is what
Shit.
happens.
I'm gonna have to hear the song to understand the context.
Where's he from, Dutch? I think he went too much.
Yeah, he should have made a song about it.
Yeah, right.
We
right.
ain't bumping that one.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I
You
said
know what I mean?
when you pitting stuff out there like that, then people like this come out and it's just you let somebody slide now it's electric. Now everybody I just don't like it. Me
Yeah.
personally, I just don't like it because I've never became whiter when I was creating music.
Yeah, we can't create these color barriers
Right.
in the culture because technically a lot of this shit came from the same people. So if you really want to go into the black bag, this is the black music bag. It's pretty much all of this shit. So I don't think that we should try to convolute hip hop culture as don't call it. But I got blacker. Nah, bro.
That's
That's not good.
You was slipping like a bad transmission on that.
And
one,
niggas
bro.
gonna be in the studio like, nah, you spit a white verse on that one. You gotta get blacker.
Yeah, like
Fuck is that? You gotta get
don't
blacker
even
on
open
this
up
track,
the
bro.
doorway for that in the culture.
Ooh, I'm about to get
I'm
black,
getting black on this
I'm hit the booth tonight.
blackity black, black,
So what
black.
about Malibu's Most Wanted?
What about it?
That was a movie.
The
It's a
movie.
movie.
He was being more
exaggerated
blacker.
movie.
And he was an idiot.
He was an idiot, but he was being
and
fucking blacker.
at the
He ran from
end
the
of the
booth.
movie, he
Uh-huh.
really said that I shouldn't be doing this.
Exactly.
That was the point of it.
Yeah.
It was slapstick comedy, and it shouldn't have been that way.
So what's homie's name?
Homie's name is Forgiato Blow.
Forgiato Blow. I get it. But making the song about it, I don't understand that. Because now is it a marketing thing that you're doing? I think people forget that the reason why it's so taboo for a white person to say it is because of the treatment that came along with the people who said it to us.
Or the people that said it to us that took it and flipped it though. Because who are we really? The true essence of who we are. And what are we? When it comes to that word. The essence of that word. Where did it derive from?
Tim?
Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.